And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys, and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys. Let me turn this down some. I had no idea I had the volume so loud. What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. I guess if anyone is there, they will in the chat. They will refresh. Sometimes the stream starts over fresh for them, and sometimes it doesn't. What's up, Herman? Happy Hump Day to you. No, it's Sunday. I'm thinking it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Sunday, and it's the beginning of the new week.
I'm rushing the week already to Wednesday, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, some might rush the month away.
Drone Worship, what's good, man? Drone Worship is going to see us down there in Florida, man. He's going to... Go ahead.
No, what I was saying, the year is off and running. I mean, look at us now. We're in our third month. We're a quarter of the way through.
Oh, Matt Bagwell, happy Sunday to you too. Drone, I was saying that Drone Worship is going to make a cameo appearance down there at that Florida meetup. How long he stays, I don't know. He might show up and break out. We will see. Maybe it'll be real good that day. I'm looking forward to meeting him personally so we can hang out.
Okay.
Yeah, but happy Sunday to you guys. I'm actually, I don't know if I can't even show you. Yes, I can show you without making a mess.
Whoa.
But hold on. All of this here is there's the air unit towards the rear where the orange piece is. Like I said, I'm just waiting for one or two pieces to arrive, and hopefully I will be arriving in Florida with one digital and one analog, or maybe one digital and two analog. Who knows? If it don't freaking work, I may just come with 3 analog. I won't have any choice. Joe Worship says, that's right, Herman, you're invited to the after party. After we hang out down there.
You guys need help.
There's going to be an after party, right?
Where?
After the meetup?
After
I don't know. This is what I'm hearing.
Now, when you say after party, right? Like you mean like music and dancing and
well, it may include some flying afterwards, after the meetup. That kind of after party. I don't know. I have to see what we're gonna plan.
I thought you meant
I have to hook up with Dan a few days before the meetup. I have to hook up with him, and we're gonna plan something out.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, happy Sunday to you all. What's up? This week we have someone on the live stream that's gonna come in a few minutes. We know how to have a good time, Herman. He's saying, see, down in Florida, we can have a good time down there. But as I was saying, Sky Control Productions, his name is Oli from Hawaii, is supposed to be on in a couple of minutes, supposed to come hang out with us for about 45 minutes, a half hour to 45 minutes. And I look forward to talking to him because he puts out videos every day.
Right.
And I enjoy the videos. Most of them are along the shore in Hawaii, in a t-shirt, recording surfers.
I guess you can do that in Hawaii.
Yeah, you can just go every day to the beach, and like he does, he's actually making money doing this. Tourists come up and he's like, look, you want me to record you surfing for my drone? And they say yes, and apparently it's quite lucrative for him. But we'll ask him about all that stuff. What's up, SJM Drone, Sunrise, Water, Media? How are you? Welcome to the stream. You guys don't forget to click that like button early. But what's up with you, Herman? How's it going so far?
Much. I mean, I'm just doing some things, one step further to accomplishing that this thing I was working on.
Okay.
I guess got to mail out some more papers,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
and this thing here is
Froze
acting
for
up.
you.
This,
You pulled the
you,
max headroom
you
for
saw
a
that?
few seconds and came
Yeah, you
back.
saw that.
Oh, you
But yeah,
saw it.
yeah. What I'm saying is, it's got to mail out some mail outs, and a lot of that weight will be off. So now I can concentrate on Florida, and not have
Okay.
to worry about having
I sent him the link.
paperwork on paperwork.
I just sent him the link in an email, and I'm about to send it to Messenger because Oli was asking the numbers. Oh, the numbers are at the bottom of this link I'm sending you now, Oli, if you're watching.
Oh, just click on the link.
If some reason you're having a problem, link. Let me put ID and hit a number and send it, and then
Just
the
click.
passcode. It's some people know how to use it that way. Um, I know to use the pass key. Hold on, PAS passcode paste. I've had to do it that way. They say it's more secure. It really doesn't matter a whole lot. All right, I sent it to
Anyway,
him. All right, you have it in the email. I have that sent.
if
Let's
you
see.
if you
Lake
have
Pilot, what's good, man? But anyway, for those of you who don't know, Drone Worship Goonie Squad,
if you
Goonie Squad is going to be at the meetup. I thought it would be fun to end the second night that we are there with the women's twerk tryouts at the local strip joint. I mean, gentlemen's club. Interesting, interesting. You're trying now. So for those of you who are married, you can't come hang with us that night because we're not getting in trouble for you.
here we
Not
go.
gonna have your wife screaming on me about
How
why
is
you
your
came home
wife?
drunk from the gentleman's club. What's
How,
up, JC Flying?
how is his wife? How you gonna get in trouble with somebody else's wife?
I can see now. I'm going to
I
the
can't.
gentleman's club with novice quads, and
Not me. I can't see it.
I can't see it either. But
I can't
who
see it.
knows? Who knows what'll
Especially when I
happen?
live in New York, and you might live all the way halfway across the country. No, I can't.
I just
Now,
don't want to be explaining to nobody's
and
wife.
I can see everybody's wife being mad at Drone Worship because he was the one that invited everyone.
That's what it is. We could throw the grenade toward. We could throw Drone Worship on the grenade, huh?
Well, I didn't bring
Since
up
he invited everyone to the
I didn't
gentleman's
bring up the
club.
gentleman's club.
Ah, see, what's up, Matt B? How are you? Hope everyone is well out there. But it is getting closer.
I'm
Today
going
is.
I'm going down there to fly.
I am too. I am too.
And when it gets dark, I'll be in my hotel room.
Hold on. Let me open up a Facebook window. I need to keep that open in case he's having problems coming in because I just got an alert.
From who?
Oh no, I sent him the pass. I sent him the ID. So okay. I don't know. See, I don't know what version Lynch, what version they have that Oli may have. I couldn't tell you. But hopefully it'd be in GSK. What's good, man? How
Does
are
he
you?
does he
I
have
can
Zoom?
handle the kitchen heat, gentlemen. Hello, just send the angry housewives my way. See, he's willing. He's willing to jump on a grenade. Here he comes. Here he comes now into the chat. Onto the
Okay.
panel, I should say. I just clicked admit. Lake Pilot, what's good? How's everyone out there? How have you been?
Lake Pilot
Oli, can you
Mendez,
hear
what's
us?
up, man?
Oh, connecting audio now. Okay, give it a few seconds. and he should be on screen with us.
What
Sky
happened?
Control Productions. Now turn your camera on.
Mm-hmm.
In the lower left-hand corner where it says start stop video, it says connecting audio again. So keep in mind, have a little patience because he's connecting all the way. You just muted yourself. Unmute. He's connecting all the way from Hawaii. So let's see how this turns out. In the lower left-hand corner, you're muted. Ask to unmute. I can unmute you. I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can ask to unmute. But you have to turn your camera on and you have to basically go to the little camera. There we
There you
go.
go.
Got it.
All
It was
right.
just
I was about to say
there was some kind of
what
lag.
happened. No, I was about to say what happened because if you're watching the chat, you do know that you have to mute the live stream or else you'll hear a double echo.
Do you hear a double echo?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just making sure. But anyway, what's up, Oli? How are you, man?
Ali is how you say it.
Ali.
Yes.
Ali. What's up,
Appreciate
man?
it.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good,
Herman,
but my name is Ali Grayson, but I go by OG, my initials.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's what's up, man. I'm glad you came to hang out with us for a
Appreciate
little
you for
while.
having me. I ran late with a customer just now. I just got done with a customer and just transferring the files, and they didn't have space and just a whole bunch of whoop-la, but I made it.
Okay.
Okay. That's what's
So
up.
what are you out there doing?
So my primary niche is I film surfers with the drone.
Right.
And I'm affiliated with a bunch of surf shops, and I
okay.
see people who have GoPros and phones around their neck, and I'm like, hey, my camera flies, so let me help you out.
Right. They can put together, a little something with their shot from their view and their shot from the view watching them seeing.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
Well, I was telling Herman, hey, show, what's up? I was telling Herman that you usually put out a video every day.
Every
and
day.
I like that because you're out there grinding and you're actually showing what you do. As you put out a video this morning, and I was going to show it real quick, but you will probably get hit with a copyright saying Novice Quads is playing your shit. And
It's
do you
okay.
give him permission to do it? So at some time and point in a day or two, that's going to happen. But
Okay.
I can play the video quiet. I can mute it, and you can explain what's going on because this is the one you put out this morning.
Okay.
And you're sitting on the hold on, I have to share it first. It's this one you put out about 8 or 9 hours ago. And you usually start out your vlogs like this.
Yeah.
So what are you saying here?
I'm just basically breaking down who I'm about to film for the day, and the light just went out, so I gotta. That means it's time to fly. I just made that up, but I'm just breaking down where the customer's from, how long I'm going to do it, and just a little intro. So it's just not straight footage. I think it's a little bit more personable when you know who you're viewing.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually did this is my first overbooking today. I was supposed to film her at 7, but some guys that came, I was supposed to film her for free at 7, but then these other guys came in at 6:30 and they was like, can you film us? And that free went right out the door and I forgot. So she get over it though.
Yeah, she will. She seemed real friendly when he was like, I'm recording this for YouTube, and she's like, hey, YouTube, So she was cool about it though. But this is like an everyday thing for you. I mean, I like it because when it's doing something you love. Like people ask me, how do you do all of this stuff drone related? Isn't it a lot of work? And I say, well, first of all, it's not work when you love it.
Right.
When you love it. But this goes on. I'm not going to show all of it because then we want people to go watch your video. But this is you going to your second shoot. Right?
Well, he actually has filled a void where, people are out there on vacation and this is like maybe once in a lifetime for them to get to that spot. Exactly. And for them to be able to capture that footage that they cannot get on their own.
Nailed it.
You fit it right. That's why I said I love what you're doing. It's like you fit it right in there. Like what this is a spot. This is a place where there's a void where this is needed, and you filled that void, and you've been doing this for a long time.
And I'm gonna be honest about this. I live in the wrong damn place. I mean, New York is, huh?
Well, no, not really, because there's other things here that you would find that fits into the same category. Like that guy that's on Times Square taking pictures. He might clean up,
right? I mean, it took me when I first started with drones, my thing was inspections. And I live I live 5 minutes away from the beach, and I never even thought of doing surfers. So, I mean, I think the best way to utilize what the drone can do is to find out what's popular in your town. What is everybody doing? What is your town known for?
Right.
And then throw a drone into that mix.
Yeah, that was a great idea, man.
Appreciate it. It hit me like a ton of bricks. It took me a while too. It was not my first thought.
Because people will save a lifetime to get out to Hawaii, for that one chance, or and that one chance to get out there and surf, even if I'm not even good at it. To just
listen, it don't matter because
get out there and learn, or try to get out there in the water.
You're right.
I try not to sell a highlight reel. I try to sell memories. Like I'm capturing the moment, because some people coming from Arizona, Nebraska, ain't no waves out there.
Right.
So this is one and done for them. You know what I'm saying?
Some people in this country do not live near coastal water.
Right.
A lot of people in this country.
A lot of people. Yeah.
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 And
this is very, very true.
Way on that vacation to one of the, a place as beautiful as that, and be able to get that footage. Good shot.
Appreciate it. I'm trying.
I was like, I gotta have dude on, because he has this like happy surfer dude attitude, and I've never met anyone. I've met a couple of people from Hawaii, but they all seem to have this. Not you. But they all seem to have this, if the rest of the world woke up and smoked a blunt, it would be that much better attitude.
Hey, I kind of, no, that is me. I agree with that.
So it's real good, because I see you putting out your videos in every morning, and you're showing different clients. Like one video you did a couple of days ago, you were saying how the couple was just leaving.
Yeah.
They were just ending. They were at the beach the last day they were leaving or whatever. And you got to sell them some footage. Now, when you sell them the footage, you're selling them stock footage, just raw, copied to the
files.
SD card?
Yeah, raw. What I do is I try to make sure they have at least.
How do you shoot? That's what I want to know too.
I shoot 2.7K 60.
Okay.
And then I used to shoot 4K, but then I wound up through trial and error. Is not that many people have that much space on their phone. So then I dumbed down to D-Res to 2.7K, and that lets me get more files with less space. So then 40 minutes usually breaks down to about 8 to 10 gigabytes. And that's way more feasible than 15 to 20 gigabytes.
No, that's pretty slick.
And then I upload straight to their phone. I got an SD card reader for Android and Apple. And then if they don't have space on their phone, like today's couple did, which you will see in tomorrow's movie, they had to go to the store across the street and get an SD card. And I loaded the files up to them, and then they go on their way.
Okay.
I do not do the internet. It takes way too much of my time. Way too much. Way too much.
I'm not mad at you at all. But anyway, I was hoping you could come and hang out with us for like a half hour, 45 minutes, and chill with us. You know the format that we do. We usually do a little drone news. We BS around for like the first 20 minutes to half hour to stream, and then we get into like a couple of news stories. But are there any other people flying drones in the area, or you're just in a hot spot that's. And in fact, where are you? What island are you on? Blah blah blah. Well, just say what island. Just say what island you're on. We're not going to say. You know what I'm saying. You got me.
I got you. I'm on the island of Oahu. That's the island with the capital of Honolulu and Waikiki. So, and I live right outside of Waikiki.
Okay, that's what's up. That was more than enough information, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know, for protective reasons. And
my
personal.
address is.
But I like, how far are you from the beach? Because I see you on your little scooter.
6 minutes.
See, 6 minutes to work commuting. That's the ultimate job, and you get to sit in the shade while everyone's in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, I still gotta hustle because drone and surfing is so new that I wind up educating and selling at this and doing marketing at the same time.
Great, that's great.
That's good though.
Because people are like, know, I'm like, would you like some footage? And they're like, oh, I got a GoPro. And I'm like, wait, let me show you.
Now you know what's gonna start happening is people are gonna tell other people, and then like, when you go down there, there's a guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy down there. There's a guy down there.
I hope so. I mean, there's lots of other people that do droning out here as well. There's actually a couple guys that I'm trying to get on their level, but I'm really the only one out here. But
hold on. What is their level? Because that and I have to go in what I'm trying to get at by what is their level where. You're doing okay where you at, and I understand it's good to advance and always move forward, but what is their level?
Well, one, I want to be one of the best, and two is just getting closer. Like, there's some guys out here that they get extremely close. They've been flying for about 5-6 years, and you can see the color of their eye with the drone. I'm not there yet. I've only been flying for about 10 months, 5 months professionally.
Okay, because I wanted to know that too, experience-wise, because I'm going to tell you something. The best thing you could do is keep doing what you're doing right now, being consistent, being out there, and then you take the next step, because the practice is coming in because you're flying every day. You're going to get the experience. So don't even worry about that closeness stuff, because as you progress, you're going to look at your videos a year from now and say, damn, I was that far?
Yeah.
And you'd be like up in the grill like this, because I find myself doing it, flying FPV.
Yeah.
I came from flying camera drones. I still fly camera drones. I still love the hell out of them. That's why I take pictures like this one over my back. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? But I find that with FPV, and Herman will tell you, when you fly a drone, if you're up high, there's nothing up there.
Right.
When you come down low, you got trees, you got branches, and all kinds of stuff. And it'll come, so don't even worry about it. That's all I wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, the more you're flying, you'll start to notice you'll start taking more risks.
Yeah,
getting closer, you get a feel.
But more calculated risk because you know what you're doing.
I agree.
You get more of a feel for the drone that you're flying, and you're able to do more things with it. So just keep working, and you'll we're all still we're all still learning at this.
Yeah. Listen,
this whole thing is not that old. It's not that long.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now you say you're just flying for 10 months now, and you're doing this. Yeah. Imagine where you will be next year.
Yeah,
at this time.
I'm getting into FPV right now. I'm on the simulator of Uncrash. And I'm about.
I see some of your videos.
Yeah, I'm about 5 seconds away from third place, so I'm coming in. I'm coming in hot.
All right. That's good. But you plan on incorporating FPV in what you do as well?
Yeah, the reason why I got into FPV is because the speed and I love the lines and the fluidity of it, like how you can just turn, and just if you do it right, it's just so smooth. So I got into FPV racing to help me out with my lines, so I can help me figure out how to smooth it out, how to come through the turn, how to come through the gate already with a 90-degree turn going,
right. That's actually very smart, because I started out on a simulator, but no matter how much I try, I'm just a cruiser. I'm that dude that you see cruising along the beach at about 4 or 5 feet above the water while the water's splashing. You know, I enjoy that more than I do a power loop and then flipping here and then, as some people used to say back in the day, flip, 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 flip. You know, most people can't see anything when you flip, 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 flip.
That's nauseating to me.
But if you're getting into for the cinematic part of it, you're already getting the stick experience, because I can do pretty tight orbits. I remember my first orbit, I must have been about 75 feet away from myself. Now I find myself breaking that 10-foot mark radius. You know, so trust me, just stick with it, man, and keep on doing what you're doing. I'm glad to have a friend in Hawaii, man. You need to put some sand in a plastic baggie and send me some or something.
Yeah, for sure. check a lot of videos. I mean, I do some hyperlapses and time lapses. So a lot of people who I meet in Hawaii and they leave, they always come back and they're like, "Oh man, you make me want to come back and move there." And yada yada. But it's some good footage on my channel to make you remember. Or
I have. Well, I grew up. I grew up 4 blocks from the Atlantic Ocean, and most of my cruising videos are probably along the beach. Excuse me, and the reason being because I've had people look at my FPV videos cruising along the water and they say, "I didn't know New York had that much water." And New York is a coastal city.
Yeah, the one of the primary shops that I work at is called Moku, and there's actually a Moku in New York. So they're affiliated stores.
Okay. It's a surf shop?
Exactly where it's at though.
It's a surf shop, you're saying?
Yeah, it's a surf shop in New York. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. It's right around the block in New York. That's what I said. It's the owner has one in Puerto Rico, Hawaii, and New York.
Right around the block.
Oh. Mike Roach says Lawrence flies FPV so slow he leaves his blinkers on. You know what it is? I have when I first started flying FPV, and you may be able to agree with this. When I first started flying FPV, I had the camera angle low so I could go slow.
Yeah.
Now I think my fastest drone does about 67, 68 miles per hour.
Yeah.
You know,
what's your angle, your camera angle now?
The camera angle, I'm fluctuating depending on the drone and the camera. I'm fluctuating between 32 and 35. Yeah, I've got it pitched. Well, I have an FR7. If you're familiar with that frame, I have an FR7. They're for cruising. I've seen them hit speeds of 90, 85, 90 miles per hour. Mine right now, I can't seem to break 70 with it, but I'm cool with that.
Yeah. What I had to do is I had to change my my max speed on the simulator was about like 50 miles per hour, and I'm like, why can't I get any faster? And then I had to change my my hand position so I could throttle more because my own finger was getting in my way. So I had to learn a bunch of stuff to get better though.
Now, when you fly, and this answer goes with you flying camera drone, also, are you a pincher or a thumber?
Pincher.
You're a pincher. Okay. Interesting.
I started off with pinching.
I only pinch when I'm trying to do something very, very precise. If I'm following a subject from the side and I want to transition to the front of the subject while it's moving and still moving it, I'll pinch then. Yeah. But every other time I even fly, I'm even a thumber FPV. But when you cruise, you don't have to worry about those sudden moves.
Right. When you're racing, you gotta be.
That place is in Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach 879 West Beach.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the affiliate, the sister store to the one in Waikiki.
So if they're out in Long Beach is just 2 peninsulas over from me, Herman. You have Atlantic Beach, then you have Long Beach right there. Yeah, that's 2 peninsulas over from me. Yeah. That's interesting.
If you want to go surfing,
man, Man,
Then you
you
can
know I
drone it.
don't play with I don't play with large bodies of water.
I'll get the drone and
Listen, the smallest boat I get on is a Staten Island ferry. You know I don't play that. You know I don't play with the Atlantic. I respect large bodies of water. The Atlantic Ocean's almost taken my life twice.
Can you swim?
Hell no.
Oh. Well, out here the water is waist deep. So even if you fall off, you just stand up to surfing.
Do you know what it is to drag yourself out of the water with your lungs half filled with water?
That's the hard part. No one ever talks about paddling out. That's the hardest part. Like surfing is easy. Paddling out is the hard part.
I can half-ass tread water, but that's
Save
about
life.
it. That's about it.
If someone was to push you off a boat, can you survive?
I'm dragging your ass with me. I'm telling you right now. Don't even play.
You gotta learn how to swim, man.
Listen, I get on the Staten Island ferry and I sit by that seat where the life preservers are. Dude, no.
A lot that's
why I fly a drone.
Well, how you gonna get to Florida on the plane then? And the plane goes over the water.
Listen, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna rush it by adding to it and joining in on a boat with 35 people that's only supposed to hold 25. No, right. We don't play that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, good morning, feet on the ground. Anyway, welcome to Sunday night.
On the surfboard.
Huh?
It'll only be just you on the surfboard.
Listen, the closest to a surfboard I've gotten it is a skateboard. That's the biggest that it'll get. But I want to say real quick, good morning to feet on the ground over in Australia. Good morning, Rob and Sue.
Good morning.
How are you guys? I know as we transition into summer here in the Western Hemisphere, in Australia, where Rob is, it's actually 5:30 or 6 in the morning there. And they are transitioning into winter.
Fall.
And I actually look forward to this time of the year because
they
when
go straight into winter.
Their winter is, come on, man, like 50, 60 degrees, I think. I mean, Rob, I think has said it's gotten colder there. What's the coldest it's gotten, Ollie, in Hawaii?
I would say about 65.
That's funny because I have some friends and people I know in Puerto Rico that when the weather drops in Puerto Rico, and it's fairly hot there, when it drops to about 55, 60, they put on the goose coats, the goose jackets, man.
I put on socks.
Oh, wow. What were you going to say, Herman?
How do they even sell coats in Puerto Rico?
Probably Amazon.
They do, believe it or not.
Yeah, Amazon, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because I'm originally from Ohio and I'm used to the cold winters and whatnot, but I've been out here for about 11 years and it dropped below 69, 68, and I'm literally kind of cold.
Okay. You're originally from Ohio?
Yeah.
What part of Ohio?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
The 216. Got out of there probably. I've been out here for 11 years.
Okay.
So this is like my second home.
Okay. All right. But
I know you love it out there.
What's that?
I said I know he loves it out there.
Yeah, I do. The weather is perfect. The women are pretty. The food is great. It's the life.
We got the weather for flying, the subject to sea.
Mm-hmm.
And
you do got to be careful. The Mavic Mini, I went droning off this mountain called Tantalus, and I had wind shear. And I couldn't even get the drone back to me. It was like it was hitting a wall. And I was, my battery's dying and I just couldn't get past this wall. But what I did was I flipped my drone around, flew it backwards and zigzagged it to me. That was the only way I was to get it back to me. It would not cut through the wind.
How high were you?
About maybe, I don't know, top of Tantalus. Let me look it up. Maybe 10,000 feet. Let me see.
Well, no. Well, the reason I'm asking is because if you what we usually do in strong wind situations like that, the lower you can get to the surface without hitting objects, the lower the wind.
Yeah, he was up high.
I was on the side of a mountain.
Yeah, yeah, and the wind up there is unpredictable.
2,000 feet. I was 2,000 feet up.
And from your base, where you took off from,
Where I took off from was 2,000.
You took off from 2,000, but what was your altitude?
200 feet.
Yeah, definitely.
I was, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I was struggling. I was like, oh my God, people were trying to talk to me. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm trying to get it back.
Yeah, I've been in a few situations.
What are you doing? Why?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with it?
Like, leave me alone. Stop talking to me. But yeah, man. I don't recommend, like, if you going off a side of the mountain, I definitely recommend something bigger than a mini.
Okay.
Because that was scary.
Listen.
It was literally, I was going sport mode in hover, basically. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, see, they say experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
Because now you know.
Even
on the side of a mountain, if you take off on the side of a mountain or from a building top, the air could be that much difference once you leave that environment. Once you leave that, and what I mean by that is, if you said you were at 2,000 feet, all right, the air is already volatile up there.
Right.
But it's all right. You got your bird back, right?
Yeah, I got it back. But
that's all that matter.
Couple gray hairs later.
That's all that matter.
Yeah.
That's all. The side of a mountain solo would be solid as a rock. Feet on the ground in the chat says the solo would be solid as a rock, because I don't know if you're familiar with 3DR solo, but they had a drone that's square, and it looks like a flying brick. And I can tell you, in 35 mile per hour winds, this thing is like, is that all you got? Nice. There's consumer-based drone. It was they called it the flying brick, and when you
like
started
a brick on display with the legs.
It sounds like a lawnmower starting when you start the props, bro. But that shit hang right there. I've seen Phantoms tilted to the side like this, and the 3DR Solo just tilted a little bit, just hanging like nothing.
I love the Phantom. That's one of my favorites. It's just so big.
Well, don't you have a Phantom?
Yeah, I have a Phantom 4 version too.
Okay.
I use that for the cell phone tower inspections.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat and what's happening here. They're talking about video games in the chat, and I was just explaining to Jay Miller, FPV, that I'm like 58 years old. Hey, Roger, and I play Xbox every day like a teenager. It keeps the thumbs nimble. My doctor gets a joke out of it, because my doctor's, when people intern with her, they're like, you see this guy right here? You'd never believe he played more video games than a teenager. Right?
And it keep you young. I think it keeps the brain open, and you're able to just stay fresh with it. Like, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's
true.
That's what they say.
Right? Yeah. It's true. It's very true. But we need to get into a story real quick.
What they say.
All right. I gave you the second story we're going to get into. I gave you information on, but this first one has to do with the FAA here in the States, and I don't know if you have to deal with this in Hawaii. I assume you do, but LAANC, LAANC, providers. FAA announces application period for LAANC service providers. Now, for those of you who don't know what LAANC is, it's the low altitude authorization and notification capability that they've initiated back in 2017. They started with it, and they control all airspace for drone pilots below the 400-foot ceiling that LAANC is authorized to work in. In other words, I don't know how it is in Hawaii where you are, Ollie, But here in New York, before they initiated LAANC, it used to be in order to fly, you had to call the local airport tower, air traffic control, and tell them I am in so and so neighborhood. I will be taking off with a drone. You weren't asking them, you were telling them. I will be flying for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then they would tell you if it was okay or not okay to fly there. Now, because of LAANC, LAANC, you know, and apps, you can get authorization. Do you have any problem with authorization there in Hawaii?
No, but there are so many restrictions though. All the places that have authorizations are usually near a military base or an airport.
Right.
But in those parts of the island, it's there's nothing to see. There's nothing to do there. So I really don't fly there. I've yet, since I have my license, filed for LAANC approval. I just don't fly in those places. Oh, yes, I did for my real estate. I did for one time for real estate.
Okay, so you have experience. What apps do you use? Because
I think it was a Loft. No.
Okay, very good. Because this story goes on to say a lot of people used to use Before You Fly. They still do. They've been taken over by a Loft.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, this story goes on to say they are now reopening the doors on May 2nd, 2022 of this year for applicants that want to apply for LAANC approval. Meaning right now, present day, there are 542 air traffic facilities serving approximately 735 airports.
Right.
Since 2017, and there's a trial period that they, I guess, like anything else, you have to apply within a certain time. Now, there are currently 8 public LAANC providers here in the States. The ones that I'm familiar with were AirMap, which is now owned by Drone Up, Airbus, Airspace Link, Aloft, which was Before You Fly, Avision, Skyward, UAS Sidekick, and Wing. Those are all the apps that you have. And if you still have Before You Fly, and this is strange because I still have the Before You Fly app and the Aloft app. And they are both.
There's 2 totally separate apps.
Well, they are both the only ones that I even think about using if I know I need authorization. For example, if I have to fly.
Kitty Hawk.
Yes.
And it was Before You Fly. And Kitty Hawk took over Before You Fly. And that's what happened.
Well, Aloft, I haven't tried it with Before You Fly, but Aloft keeps asking me, do I want to use their app to fly with? And I'm really scared to use anything outside of the DJI platform.
Okay.
You know, like I said, I may be considering, because I missed the Go4 app, I may be considering using the Lychee app because I like that interface.
Did you get it? Did you get it yet?
No, I'm probably going to invest in it after when we come back from Florida.
I have Lychee. I used it for the Mavic Mini.
Yeah.
And I use it for the cell phone tower inspections. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because I'm Fly Guy Merrill, I am familiar with it. I've a friend of ours here in New York, Cole Bick, him and Matt, I started hanging with them, and Ray swears by it. He loves it.
Yeah.
You know, plus she's got this sexy voice. It's like, watch out, you're about to crash.
Yeah, those waypoints come in handy. And then when you're taking like photogrammetry work, you just plug in all your stuff and then you just wait.
Well, I still haven't gotten a pull up Before You Fly, and it says powered by Aloft. Yes, it actually does. It does. Even though they are 2 separate apps, if you go to the what I like about Before You Fly is it gives me a response in seconds. I have not tried it with Aloft, but with LAANC authorization, if I'm going to fly an area, first of all, Before You Fly allows you to size the area that you plan on flying in.
Right.
Which is very good. And then within seconds, you get authorization saying yes, yay or nay in a text.
Right.
But you have to be signed in through before you fly. Aloft, I'm also signed in. Like I said, they're pretty much the same. I just tend to use before you fly more. Hey Gary, what's good? But
over there.
Back to you, Ollie.
What's up?
I'm not hating, but
yeah,
dude.
It's all good. I get a lot of hate from my family too, so I'm just used to it.
No, but see, you gotta enjoy that though.
You
gotta enjoy every moment of it, man. Because when you be making your videos, it's like, okay, I'm going out to have fun today. I'm going out to have fun. I'm going out to enjoy what I enjoy doing.
For sure.
Then
the customers, they like I my mentality was when I got to Hawaii, I felt like I made it. I really felt like I'm coming from Cleveland, not too part of a good part of town, but a decent part. But I felt like I was on vacation. I felt like I was a permanent tourist. And I know how that feels. But then after 10 years of partying, I'm trying to do something else. And now I can see that there's a need for the photography game is so outdated out here. It's time to bring
Yes, it is.
I
keep and this is what I like, because I've always said I would love to live someplace where I could fly every day. And people are like, you wouldn't get tired? And I'm like, nope.
No,
nope.
Not at all.
And you did a video. I don't know what those mountains were in the background of one of your videos, but I actually commented and said I would like to fly those mountains FPV.
Yeah, the one that's the video you played today, there was a mountain in the background. That's a landmark called Diamond Head. But then when I'm facing the shore and I got the ocean in my back, then the mountains back there, that's actually Tantalus and Manoa. So then I'm actually getting into FPV so I can go mountain surfing down those.
Okay, I got you.
We'll be doing that shortly.
Now, quick question.
Quick answer.
Will you be doing DJI FPV, or will you be doing original analog FPV converting to digital? Which is both. What I'm in the process of doing right now, converting one of my birds to digital.
One of my good friends, actually, give me 1 second. One of my good friends just sent me this. And this is pre-built.
Nice.
This is analog. What I want to do is I want to gut it and go digital and then go mountain surfing with this. But then surfers, I want to go DJI FPV just because of the battery life.
Yes, someone Lake Pilot wants to know. It says, "Epic, come down under. You can fly every day. See something different each time." I would love to come to Australia, Rob. Cool Bick, what's up? Lake Pilot says, very interesting guest today. Is he flying a Mini 1 or a Mini 2?
Mini 2.
Okay, there you go.
Actually, the Mini 2 has been giving me some problems with this horizon tilt. I actually kind of retired it because the kicker about also living in Hawaii, there's no drone repair shop out here. So everything's got to go to the mainland to get it fixed. The one place that does it didn't make it through COVID. So,
oh boy.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? We mentioned Lychee, and Ray pops up right in the group. You mentioned Lychee.
It wasn't too far away.
No, I know. But Cool Bick,
watching the game.
We hang out with him. I know he's watching basketball. We hang out with him here in New York, and he was the first person that was like, "Yo, Lychee is."
Well, I picked up Lychee a long time ago. When flying the Phantom 3, and I just stopped using it. Never used it. It was because I told you what Ray had told me. There was a lie about the whole thing about it doesn't. If anything went wrong with the whole warranty thing, but I still have the app. Anytime I want to use it, I just open it.
Well, see, JC Flying just said, Lawrence, I did one for fun and having authorizing number already in my email. Yes, this is very important. And I believe in each one, teach one, Ollie. Yeah. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you could avoid a Karen or the police effing with you while you're flying, just by getting authorization, saying you have permission to be there, that says to the police or anyone there, this dude cares enough to have asked for permission to fly there in a certain area. Now, I'm not saying if you're in Class G airspace where there's no ceiling, you know, where there's no flight restriction due to airports or geo zones or whatever, that you should do it. But every now and then, it may help you. It may serve you. I was actually stopped by an officer one time, and he was asking questions. And while he was talking to me, I pulled up my phone and got authorization on the spot.
Yeah.
And he had no idea.
Yeah.
Then he went to, Go ahead.
I was gonna say most cops are not aware of any drone laws whatsoever. Zero. Like I wind up telling them, like, you know, this is legal because I can do this. I'm just not allowed to fly over people and this, that, and the other. He's like, oh, well, okay. And then that's it. I get more problems from Karens than the police.
But you got the Karen issue down there too, over there, I should say.
Yeah, I mean the Karen it's just, are you allowed to? It's like almost like.
Hey, you see the voice that you just did? The voice that you just did sounds like a couple of Karens I've heard.
It's a worldwide voice.
It's just like this passive aggressive, like, oh, I didn't know that was legal. It's like, come on, like I know what you're doing. But then once I tell them, I'm just more friendly. Like I show them what I'm doing, and I'm like, these people are tourists. They actually paid me to do this. Do you want some memories? And then it diffuses the situation. But that I do get them too. They're everywhere.
Well, I guess they're just universal.
Well,
what's the male version of a Karen? They're out here too.
That is a good question.
What?
That is a good question. Here. There's one thing, Lawrence, I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
The 2022 FAA Drone Symposium has been announced. So Arise, April 28th is a Thursday, at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. It'll be co-hosted by the Association of Uncrewed Vehicle Systems International, AUVSI. So, you know, there's we haven't. Was that?
No, go ahead. I was just going to
reiterate. So if you go to their website or you just Google FAA Symposium, it'll bring up all the information that you want to know about getting involved and checking out what's going on at the symposium.
Yeah. Now you might want to, and Herman pushes this every year. The symposium they're supposed to get together. It's a group of organizations, drone related, non-drone related, and they get together and say, this is where we're going in the world of drones. And at the last symposium, Ali, they were, hey, Maddie, what's good, man? How are you? Gary, what's good? They were mentioning, and this was years back, on how they were going to introduce LAANC. And everyone was like, oh, no, they're not going to tell me how high I can fly. I've been flying here for years, blah, blah, blah. You know, everybody's using LAANC, aren't they?
Yeah.
So when the symposium comes up, you're not going to understand everything that they talk about, but a lot of stuff that they talk about is going to sound familiar.
Well, with the fact that, you know, who's co-hosting this, now that tells me that, you know, drone responders will be there. So, you know, it'll be heavily based on education and,
right.
and I guess on what's been achieved up in Utica, because if you remember, last symposium talked about beyond, and that's where we are now.
Yep.
In this stage now, working towards visual line, you know, beyond visual line of sight. You know, I also heard of another proposal that was out there on the books, or supposedly supposed to be out there, of you know, I don't know, shielded operations, you know, and unshielded. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, you know, so who knows?
Well, as far as the shielded operations and unshielded, they have a lot to specify. Formula One season starts in another week.
What, shielded operations?
To survive now, someone put in the chat.
Well,
but listen, we got another.
Operations would be what most of you guys fly FPV.
Yes.
That would be
Yes.
shielded operation, where if you're not flying above, homes and trees and buildings, those are actually shielded operations. Manned flight would not be at that level. So,
Okay. Well, Ollie, I sent you the story so you could give us a little feedback in it. I don't know if you looked through it, but this story has to do with the fact that Finland is developing a technology that will allow drones to detect and prevent forest fires, which are happening more and more around the world. And it basically goes on to say Finland is among the world's leader in drone research. The next goal is develop a technology to come up with a swarm of drones that can monitor, and with AI, of course, drones with AI that can monitor and detect and prevent forest fires.
Yeah, what I was thinking about that is that you got to have some great. Are they autonomous or is they being?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They're talking. They're saying that this will be a swarm of drones that you may launch from one point or random points throughout the forest. And according to, because of, they claim global warming and stuff, we're having more and more droughts every year around the world. Finland is one of the only countries where, let me get the statistic right. I don't want to say the wrong thing here. 75% of their land is forest. So what better place to check? What's that?
No, go ahead.
No, what better place to come up with forest fire fighting software and drones and with AI than in a place that's mostly covered with forest?
Well, there's a need for it, and when you have this this fire mapping project that they're working on, where you're working with two different universities there in different aspects, where you have one that's working on the communications aspect of being able to retrieve and send and retrieve information on and then exploring the avenues of 5G and 6G networks. And the other school working based on operations, and modeling of of these forest areas where the fires have been, to predict when the next flare up will be.
Right.
The only thing I saw that was like popping out at me was that they'll be able to have the technology to see through the smoke to help the people out. Other than that, then I mean, how are you gonna? I mean, you're just watching what it's doing. I don't see how you can prevent it if you're just watching.
Well, the thing is, from having models of these things and studying the progression of when they take place, they'll know when the flare-ups occur, so they can prevent them before those flare-ups occur.
But if you get a gust of wind, that changes everything.
It does. Agreed. It does. That's why they need to be autonomous. The drone has to be able to say, well, it's coming towards me. I need to back up some.
But the thing is that the information, they'll be able to study the logistics of it and find the stuff out in real time.
This is true, Ollie, sorry. Think about this. When they had these motion sensors on the cars, who was the first person to get in the car to trust that sensor to stop it before it hit that wall? They
don't have to. They got a computer.
The crash test dummies?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, they have drones for everything else. The fact that drones will be able to launch, exactly, Jay Miller says, like waypoints, drones that will be able to launch autonomously and take a LiDAR picture or photograph and be able to tell, hey, this area is drier than normal. That's to the extent that they want to go. They want to say, okay, if this area is dry, we have to watch out for brush fires, because right now you can see a fire from space, right? Now, here's the downfall. The problem is, by the time you can see it from space, that's a pretty big damn fire. With these drones, they're talking about, okay, there's a brush fire in quadrant 4. If we can get there fast enough and put it out or slow it down, that's a lot better than it growing to like 20 acres overnight.
What I'm thinking of and with autonomous fire drones is drones going through the forest with like this Skydio avoidance technology, looking for stuff. That's what's in my mind, rather than just overview.
Yeah, that's basically it. Would have to, because trees don't grow in any pattern. So where there may be a tree last year, there may not be one this year, or vice versa.
Yeah, but the thing is, and then listen, keep this in mind. When you get an emergency call, you know where you're going. You don't know what's there when you get there.
True.
And if this drone can give you eyes on the ground before you get there, you know what you're facing.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
that's the main reason for it.
I think
it is.
In my mind, when I think of fire drones, I think of drones that should be carrying water grenades to be dropping on the fire.
I understand that. And then, but you're talking about also studying logistics of this and mapping these areas. Now, like Lawrence is saying, you got signatures on the ground. I know that this area is drier than normal. Maybe we need to do something before it can cause a fire, before a fire breaks out in that area.
That's cool.
If someone puts thermal drones are really cool. Well, that technology we already have that that involves seeing through smoke. It's called FLIR and thermal. FLIR and thermal imaging. You know, they have one that can go. I think they have one for the Phantom 4 or something you can add to it. And correct me if I'm wrong. It may be another bird. I know they have
the Matrice. The Matrice had all kind of cameras that they had.
That's true. Phantom is fixed.
The cameras that can see through fire and heat signatures, and you can actually see people through the fire.
Yeah.
Hey, Night Train, what's up, man? He's saying I hate when it takes a while to cook. So hungry, smelling that chicken. Yeah, I know the deal, man. I know the deal. But Ollie, I wanted to bring you on here and make you one of the official one of those guys to come on the panel. Anytime you're in a chat and you're like, yo, can I come hang out? You're more than welcome. Just say
Appreciate it.
Just say shoot me a link. And how did you come in? Did you have to use a password, or were you able to click on the link?
I use the password because I'm on my laptop that doesn't have any social media on it. So I just
Okay. But that's okay. In the email, you should have been able to click on the link.
Yeah, I used the phone numbers.
Okay.
And then got in clean and smooth.
Hey, Jackrabbit, what's good? They lost it in the volcano smoke. It wasn't autonomous though. Oh, they're talking about a movie, Droners on Tubi. But I wanted to tell you, keep pushing your videos, keep being consistent, keep doing what you're doing, keep smiling through it all, because every day
have fun and enjoy it.
Yes, because if it becomes a job, then you're not going to enjoy it anymore. And this is what I try to tell people. I explained this to a gentleman at the beach earlier this week before the weather turned to crap. And it was his second time seeing me on the beach. First time I had FPV. The second time I had a camera drone. And he says, you must really love what you do. Hey, what's up, Wind Jumble FPV? And I said, you know what? I do. And that's why it's not work. I'm actually going to start documenting this park. It's a dirt mound with a few sidewalks right now. But I'm trying to fly FPV through there and fly camera drone as they progress. Yeah. So I can time lapse it or whatever. And I told him, this is what it's about when flying drones. I said, if you miss Bitcoin, learn how to fly a drone, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the next Bitcoin.
Yeah, there's so many just different applications. And like I said earlier, it's like I have to educate my customers before I can even sell myself.
Here you go, Travels with Rosie. This is his link right here. Please check out. You put out a video every day, right?
Every day.
Right.
What I do is I turn my work into content. So
Well, see, that's it. I only suggest one thing. You constantly remind them that you are also a YouTube blogger and you do document some of your work that you do. This way, if they come and they check out your channel, I just posted the link for Sky Control. This way, if they come at you and say, "Well, I didn't give him permission," you can always say, "Well, I did let you know that I do take some of this." How do you do that? That's what
I actually ask on camera if I can use some of their best clips.
Very good
for YouTube.
Very good.
And 99% of them say, okay. I've only had one person who surfed very well say no, and I got that on tape too. And I actually used that in one of my movies, but I put it all on tape just to cover my ass.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I want everyone to. I put your link in. Herman put the link to your channel in.
Thank you.
I want to let you know anytime you want to come back and hang out with us. Let us know. Let us know.
And if you guys want to come out to Hawaii, just fly some drones, do that mountain surfing, let me know.
I'm trying to get to this trip down to Florida right now that we booked tickets for back in December.
Okay.
And after that trip, Herman and I really have to focus on those guys' business. But as soon as I get a chance, first chance I get, I would love to freaking hit up Hawaii.
Let's do it.
I would, seriously.
People, I fully submerge myself in the drone. So anything drones related, it's an immediate yes.
I feel you, man. Anything you want to say before you get out of here? Sunset Sweden.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to come onto the platform. I watch you guys. You guys always have some good, interesting stuff that I find intriguing. Please go look at my channel, Sky Control Productions. I usually post something every day, either something vlog related or FPV.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We got the link in the chat. Thanks for coming in, hanging out with us.
We appreciate you, man.
We appreciate
you. Keep on smiling and doing what you do, and getting those cuties, man. Those cuties on camera to say, "Hey, YouTube," like that chick this morning.
Yeah. I got a lot more 18 and over adult pieces coming.
I'm glad you said that.
Trust me, keep doing what you're doing, and eventually, like I said, people will, because there's a few people who go down to Hawaii. They can go down to Hawaii. You know what I mean? Go to Hawaii, and they will tell a friend that when you get out there, there's a guy that I hooked up with that shot some video for me. When you get out there, you can hook up with him too.
For sure. That's the goal.
Yes, a few people in the chats. A few people in the chat are saying that they're hitting up your channel. They just supported your channel.
Thanks,
Check
guys.
out everyone. We support everyone. So come
Appreciate
to our
that.
live streams. Come to our live streams continuously and add the people that are in the chat because we're that tight of a community.
Thank you. Mucho mahalos. Mucho mahalos.
Listen, man. Thank you again, man. All right.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. Later, bro. Thanks again.
Aloha.
Here we go.
And then there was us.
I appreciate that. Windjumble.
What's good?
What's good, man? How are you? I have to go check out your channel, Windjumble FPV, because I have not seen you here before, and I like to support everyone that comes by the channel. Okay, there we go. We go to your YouTube, and I am not a supporter, so I am subscriber 518. Just click the bell to show support. I will get a chance and stop by your channel. Looks like, okay, all right. Hardcore FPV. That's what's up. But anyway, thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. Definitely need more of this love in the hobby. You know what it's about? Windjumble FPV. It's about each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? Click that like button if you haven't already. It's about sharing what you know. It costs me nothing to show you how to do something that's going to make you better as a drone pilot or even as a person.
Really? Okay.
Gee, thanks. Just push me in front of the bus. Okay.
Well,
I have my moments when jumping.
I wouldn't push you in front of the bus. Off the boat, maybe.
Oh yes, Wind Jumbie FPV.
To see you fluttering
I have my
around.
days. I have my days. Travel with Rich Rosie. This is exactly what community is all about. We sat here recovering from COVID. Love this with everyone that's going on. It's true. The ones that are here,
Mhm.
have survived, and then we salute the ones that are not here, and we pay respect and homage to them as well. But I want you guys to keep coming back to my stream. I want you to keep coming back to Herman's stream. We do this because it's not a job. We're not trying to become rich overnight over this. Sky Patrol Control, Sky Control Production says thank you all for the subs. I really appreciate the support. New video up 2 a.m. Hawaii time. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's too damn early
You're
for
very
me.
welcome.
Just playing. It's actually later.
Fun having you on, man.
Yes, it was.
Come on,
Here's
Lauren.
his channel again. Go by, show some support. Oh, that's Wind Jumbie channel.
All right,
Hold
you mean
on.
to tell me you don't get rich overnight from this?
Huh?
You don't get rich overnight from this?
Listen, all I know is the brother's doing stuff in Hawaii that I would have never thought about doing, but then again, having a drone, maybe I would have. And the fact that he's only been flying for 10 months
Well, like I
shows
said,
where he's going in this
I mean,
world.
his passion for it put him in the situation to
He
find
eat, drink,
something,
sleep drones.
but to find something where a void, was needed. People are on vacation in Hawaii, maybe the last time they'll ever go, first and last time.
Mm-hmm.
And
he can give them memories.
Said, they got GoPros on, trying to capture their view of what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But how great would it be to have footage of you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can incorporate that footage with a video that you got from your camera. Oh man.
Right. Download it straight to your phone. So you can leave with that memory and add it to your memories of there.
Put together
We got one more story. What happened?
You can put together a nice little video for yourself.
Yes, I agree. We have one more story here, and this, we don't discuss politics. Hold on.
Which story are we talking about? Can't hear it.
Okay. I had to play that disclaimer because we try not to discuss politics. We try not to discuss any worldly issues.
I don't really believe that if it's a story, I think you're talking about the subject they believe he's talking about. I don't really find it to be political. I mean,
it's not, but some may see it as that. So I have to make that clear that we're not picking any side while discussing this story. And for those of you who don't know, if you don't know, you're definitely out of the box and you need to cut on some world news. But there's a story going around the world that says DJI denies deliberate action to downgrade Aeroscope drone detection in the Ukraine. Well, for those of you who don't know what Aeroscope is a system that was designed and also tested here in the state of New York, in the 5 boroughs in New York City. And Aeroscope within a 30-mile radius. If you remember the last Super Bowl, they set up a 30-mile radius around the stadium. Well, they were using, hey, Jody, what's good? They were using Aeroscope. You can't make money if you don't play the commercials, Novice Quads. Oh, I guess you got a commercial. I'm sorry about that, bro. But getting back to the story.
On YouTube with commercials.
Aeroscope is a remote ID system that provides authorized users like law enforcement, stadiums, the Olympics, places like that, with the location, altitude, speed, and direction of every DJI drone within the radio range of over 30 miles. The system also displays the aircraft serial numbers, the location of the drone pilot on a map. It's designed that if you're not supposed to be flying somewhere, they will find you.
Okay.
Okay, and the story goes on to say that DJI has aeroscope in both countries, both Russia, they sell it worldwide. Both Russia and the Ukraine are using aeroscope, but the story goes on to say, is DJ, they say so, but I'm getting rid of the word so, and I'm saying, is DJI blocking the Ukraine from detecting Russian drones? Now, right now, the Ukraine is complaining that their aeroscope system is not functioning the way it should be, where the country of Russia, who is invading them, their aeroscope system is amplifying, they're actually amplifying the use of aeroscope units and tracking the position of Ukraine drone operators.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of messed up because they do have a spokesman called Lisberg. We'll just say that's his name. But now DJI's Lisberg doesn't deny that they are having technical problems with some units in the Ukraine. But he also stresses that providing preferential treatment to Russia or blocking aeroscope access in the Ukraine are incorrect.
Okay.
Whether this is true or not, whether they are doing it or not, my problem with them, yes, it is, Ray. It's going to be real nice this week. 50s. My problem with this is they claim, if you go to their website, and I'm going to do this, DJI has a fly-safe geo map. And what this fly-safe geo map shows you is every possible, oh wait, go back to story, every possible geospace in the world that DJI can see. Now, I'm clicking on the map. I'm just pulling it up now. I'll share it so you guys can see. But I'll also share the link. If you want to see if there's a geo fence or something in your area, it works in the United States. It says right here, North America. And it even asks what type of drone you're using. But you can actually pick different places in the world, like Europe and Asia, and see actually where geofencing systems are. And I looked earlier, and for the most part, I'm going to post this link. It works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't, I guess, because a lot of people are using it as of late. But I went to Ukraine, and the only thing that was geofenced off were their airports, from what I saw. But this is also information coming from DJI. But this is the link right here. If you want to know if there's a geofence in your area, it'll even ask you what drone are you flying. Hey, Ray Kelly, happy belated birthday. Was his birthday yesterday? Go ahead.
Now, here's a thing. You're talking about a country who's under attack, where many cell sites, cell towers, different communication platforms have been attacked to try to hamper the communications in that country. You and I both don't know how much that may have, and even those who are writing articles may not be aware of how much that may be affecting this.
I agree.
So to say that it's DJI without the proof of such is a little crazy.
It is. I agree with you.
We've heard the reports and the thing. I mean, how much? I don't know. Was only what we can only go by what we've been told to know. That
keep
these
talking. I got it working.
Installations that have been attacked were these these places.
Right.
Cellular towers and
right. They literally have their infrastructure is
in the country.
Right. I'm actually zooming in on the Ukraine to try and show that basically, from what DJI is saying, we are not blocking anything. This is in the Ukraine, and everything that has a blue mark or a red mark, red are international airports, blue marks are smaller airports with smaller runways. And from what I see here, I'm not picking sides on DJI. They claim you can see everything in that country, and their country is not being affected by what's happening. They claim it may be a software issue. I don't know. But moving back here to the United States, Herman, I can tell you, if you want to know where there are geo-fenced off areas, if you zoom in close enough to the 5 boroughs, ta-da, this is what you see. Airports with their flight paths. And you can click on it and it will tell you the actual information. Restricted zone, that's a prison that I just clicked on. Nassau County, Mercy Fest, Wilston Hall.
I don't have them problems.
I don't have those problems either, but check it out. I figured you guys would enjoy the link to play around with. You learned something new. I thought you were calling me. I haven't left my phone. Andy Cortez, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey,
Snakehead, man. We miss you, man. Hope all is well. We haven't seen you in a while.
Who was calling you, Lawrence?
Huh?
Who were you calling?
No, I was reading. Ray Kelly says, Scott, I thought you were calling me. I haven't left my phone.
Oh.
I don't know. Red, blue. I prefer blue or yellow of Ukraine. Hope everyone's well. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. I'd like to say, don't forget to check out Herman's live stream this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you missed the interview, we had Sky Control Productions on earlier. Go back. He hung out with us for the first beginning, more than half the show, which is actually good. And he's from Hawaii. He puts out a video every day showing the wonderful life in Hawaii.
Okay.
JC Flying. I won't repeat what you said, but I'll chuckle at it.
Oh,
That's funny. But for those of you who think DJI is stopping you from flying, I posted it in the chat. This is their GeoZone world map. And supposedly you're supposed to now on the top, you're supposed to be able to click North America, United States, and what type of drone you're using. It worked earlier. It's not working now.
really?
Yeah.
So
but
maybe
it'll show you all airports and geozones that they have in their database, supposedly. You know what?
It's not working. Here's something.
Now? Hold on. Let me show you something. What were you saying, Herman?
You see how it's not working now?
Yeah.
And how when we went out to out in the park doing the flying with the autonomous features.
Yeah.
It worked the first time. The second time it started acting funny. So some of the stuff works sometimes and some of it works sometimes.
This is true, and I'm going to show this because they claim that this is the latest in their updated this is the latest you can get as far as them updating their geofences. Where I was flying at one time, there's a hospital that's been closed for 10 years. Okay, now here's JFK. This is the peninsula I grew up on here, but down here there's a hospital and a heliport. I want to see if it still shows the heliport is active. Let's go down here. Let's zoom in a little more. That's a park. That's 49th. We have to go to 51st Street.
You got the airport.
This one. That's 60th. They've updated it, Herman.
You got the airport still.
No, 51st Street. This is right here is an empty 10-acre yard field.
I got you, but
up until not too long ago, this shows the shadow of it shows the shadow of the hospital that was there. It's an empty lot and they've started construction, but right in this area was a heliport. They have updated it. Very nice.
Right. Well, you see right there, you still have the airport runway right there.
Yes.
You got an altitude zone.
This is a flight path. This is a flight path of planes that take off and land every 2 minutes coming out of JFK International Airport. This is one of their main runways. Actually, the largest runway right here at JFK that the Concorde could only land and take off on. But play around with it and see what's in your neighborhood. You may learn that there are some areas in your neighborhood that may affect your flying and may not. I'll post the link again in the chat. It's good to have bookmarked. Is it a heliport or a heliport?
A heliport.
It was a heliport, but it is no longer there. And I've always had issues because trying to fly over that area, they would say you're about to enter a restricted airspace. Please watch out for aircraft. And I always wondered why the hell watching the race Chase is second, Ray Kelly. Oh,
Yeah,
I know
I'm
Formula
watching that
Ray,
now.
what happened?
I'm doing that now.
Andy Cortez, thank you so much, man, for the super chat. Very much appreciated. That's one hell of port. We miss you over here, Andy, man. I see you're doing a lot of things on YouTube, man. You got to come by. Well, you know what? We need to have El Smeghead on here one day, one evening. I'm gonna try and work that out. I left to fly my FPV while the KP was at 3. First time today, everything up. KP went back to 8. That's a no fly. I've never wow. I've never in my life seen a KP index at 8. At 8, I would go inside, hide from the sun.
Well, it's possible.
I've never seen the KB index higher than 4 or 5. In fact, I've never seen it at 5. I haven't only seen it at 4.
Send it.
Helicopters come out of nowhere sometimes. This is true. Well, Ray Kelly, as I was mentioning before, the heliport has been and the hospital has been closed for 10 years. Just notice we all share the same barber. There you go. That's what's up. See, you got that instant air conditioning.
Who?
Ali said, Sky Control Production just said, I noticed we share the same barber.
Oh, I cut my low.
Yeah, that's the same barber. Listen, it's almost that time, guys, for us to get out of here. I don't know who's coming on
Having some apple juice.
Apple juice in a glass. Yeah, okay.
What do you drink your apple juice out of?
Let me see the glass again. That's a little dark for apple juice. And it has ice in it too, huh?
It was warm.
Hey, the fact that you had to look inside the glass, I'm going to leave you alone.
It was warm.
It was warm. Okay, it was warm apple juice. Not too much.
We've been sitting here for how long?
An hour and a half in about 4 minutes.
Apple juice will get warm.
Yeah, but the ice hasn't melted.
Right, because it's keeping the apple juice cold.
Okay, all right, I got you. Hey, Lawrence and Herman, JC is donating an FPV kit as a raffle prize in the meetup. That's very nice, Ray. I'm glad to hear.
Okay.
That's what's up. Well, From what I understand, this is going to be a pretty big meetup down there. I hope that you've checked with local ordinance and anything over, like here in New York, they try to tell us, we were on Ward's Island one time, they trying to tell us anything more than 5 or 6 people is considered a group.
Don't worry about it.
And you have to file for, all right, not gonna worry about it.
Just
have a great evening. Andy El Smeghead, have a great night, bro.
You know what'll get you past that?
What?
You use that women's self-defense technique.
I know which one, but you might want to explain it to everyone else.
Oh, well, you just, when they ask you about the group, you be like, I don't know him.
Oh, I'm not flying with them. I don't know where these guys came from.
I don't know him. I'm flying by myself. I don't know him.
I turn around, there's 80 guys behind me flying drones. This used to be my personal spot. Yes, hit the like button and then use sanitizer.
Yeah, from King of the Hill. Remember Bobby? Me fooling took the self-defense class.
Oh, he says, Ray Kelly said they are listed as an event in Martin County. That's good to know.
Okay.
Hey, Ray Kelly, you might even want to ask if a local news station wants to come down and that'll help promote World of Drones.
But you know what?
Huh?
You said who donated a drone for what?
JC Flying, I believe.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, Joan donated an FPV.
I see big things down there, Ray.
Yeah, this is good. This is very, very good. I look forward to coming down there. I even got a new suitcase to throw under the belly of the plane.
You got a new suit?
No, I didn't get a new suit yet, but I do have a wedding to go to in 2 months. Then you have to kick them in the junk. I didn't know you. Pow.
Yeah. He's seen it. He's seen it. I don't know you.
I don't know you. Wow. Get away from me. That's crazy. Already done. The news has been invited too. That's what's up, Ray Kelly. Let them know you get.
Hold on a second. Right. Did you tell him about me? Because I just want to know what, should I wear my suit to the meetup or was t-shirt and shorts? Okay.
Yeah, right. Am I gonna have to shave before I come to the
meetup? Should I wear my best pair of sneakers?
Yeah. We're using lots of sanitizer here. We have positive COVID test at our house. Not me yet. Uh-oh. Lawrence is coming in a Speedo? No, Lawrence does not do Speedos.
Whoa, no, we don't. Way over there.
Lawrence does not do Speedos, Ray.
Okay. Game over.
I don't do Speedos or anything like that. If they're not boxers, I'm not wearing them.
I'm just asking, Ray, because I just need to know, should I wear like a shirt and tie, or should I gotta look good for the public?
Listen, it's that time, Herman.
Cameras are gonna be around.
Maybe a tuxedo t-shirt.
Or a tuxedo t-shirt. Maybe we gotta wear our tuxedo t-shirts, Herman.
Okay.
Listen, it's that time, guys. We are Speedos only, Herman. No, we don't play that.
Hold on, let me call the airline and see if I can get my ticket money back.
Right? At least if we can get back the hotel money, that'll half cover it. Listen, it's that time, guys. We got to get the hell out of here. It's been fun. It's been real. I'd like to thank Ali, Sky Control Productions, for coming on. Like I said, dude, you have any time you want to come on and just hang out with us, let us know. Yo, send me a link and we'll shoot you a link to hang out. Man. We appreciate you. Please continue to do what you're doing. We're the official Beauchart thong, Gary.
What?
He says, we're the official Beauchart thong. You know Jim Beauchart?
Yeah, I know.
guess they have a picture of him in a thong. Oh, God. No. We got to go. Listen, I can't even think about it.
Any of you guys come to that meetup in a Speedo, I'm going back to the hotel. I'm not.
This is true. This is true. I
don't want no part of that.
Do I need to carry a recorder with a disclaimer on it?
After I get a video of that for YouTube, I'm going back to the hotel.
Listen, we got to get out of here, Herman. It's dinner time, man. Listen, we appreciate you very much. Don't forget to check out Herman on this Wednesday, nights with those guys. Thank you again, Ali. Aloha to you in Hawaii, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And like I said, anytime, please continue to come by, man, and support us. And we support everybody that comes through.
Yeah, I hope all you guys out there in the chat, check out his channel and hit him up.
Yes, definitely.
Make a new friend, man. Make a new friend out there in the community.
Right. We're gonna get out of here. And with that, Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys.
Good night, everyone. See you on Wednesday. Cheers.
All right.
Good night.